towards Iranian chief nuclear scientists, towards top Hezbollah generals, so on and so forth. This is going to lead to all-out war, according to biblical prophecy. A war that nobody will win but the nation of Yasharallah, which are the Hebrew Israelites, the absolute underdog, one that are not even, to be honest, to be considered. But I want to just go ahead and jump into the scriptures. So the least of the flock is going to draw them out, which the least of the flock is speaking of the nation, or the Israeli state. They're biblically, they're considered the least of the flock. All right. And when you look at the Israeli state on the map, it's very tiny. It's a very tiny country, but they're going to draw out all-out war. That small little country. All right. This is the book of Jeremiah, the book of Jeremiah, chapter 49, verse 20. It says, "Therefore hear the counsel of Yahweh that he hath taken against Edom." And the counsel is against Edom. And who is Edom? The Israelis. They are Edomites. All right. Also the Americans, also the Russians, the Turks. These are the primary, which the Turks are considered Gomer in biblical prophecy. They don't descend from Gomer, but they live in the land of Gomer. They inhabit and rule the land of Gomer. And just like the Russians don't descend from Gog, but they do inhabit the landmass of ancient Gog. All right, and so they're considered Gog and Magog. All right. But see here. It says, taken against Edom and his purposes that he hath purposed against the inhabitants of Teman. All right, which the Temanites are the Germans. It says, surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Draw them out to what? World War III. And who is the least of the flock? The Israelis. It says, surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them. So the Israelis are going to cause missiles to be shot on America. And of course, America is going to shoot missiles on Russia. Turkey will be in flames. Not the entirety of Turkey is not going to be destroyed. The entirety of Russia isn't going to be destroyed. But the landmass of Israel is going to be hit by nuclear missiles, and it's going to be utterly wasted. All right? There will be no more Palestinian cause. And America is going to be turned into the lake of fire of the book of Revelations. It says, the earth is moved as the noise of their fall. It says, at the cry of the noise thereof was heard in the Red Sea. And when you go and you look at a map, the Red Sea is literally right by, the Levant is right by Israel. All right. And that's where that war will take place, in the Levant region, in near the Persian Gulf, and throughout that entire region, Saudi Arabia, all right, Iraq, Syria, Iran, Lebanon, Jordan. All right. Egypt, but more so the Levant. Of course, the World War III would be taking place in Egypt as well, but more so the Levant, because that's the Valley of Jehoshaphat. All right. Matthew 24:6. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, and verse 6. It says, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars." And that's what we're hearing of. We're hearing of wars taking place in the Middle East. We're hearing of possible wars between America and China, America and Russia, America and Iran. It says, "See that ye be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there should be famines." And why is there going to be famines? Because the supply chain is going to be cut off. Food is based upon an international supply chain. Now, people don't grow their own food. All right, they're shutting down all the farms in America. All right, they're killing all of the poultry. They're killing all of the cattle. Most of the farmland is owned by elite Edomites such as Bill Gates, and there's going to be famine. All right, in Israel, the Israelis are not going to be able to supply import food. Really, most countries are not going to be able to import food. All right, but the Israelis aren't, because their supply chain, they're going to be put to a siege, and they don't grow food. The food that they do grow is in northern Lebanon, and they're not going to be able to go get it. I go to a farmer's market on the east side in Atlanta from time to time, and they used to supply Israeli pomegranates from Israel. But ever since the war, I noticed that supply chain was cut off. I'm assuming because the pomegranate farms are most likely off the steppes of Lebanon. And the Israeli farmers have been pushed out of northern Israel. And so they're not able to, it's cutting off that supply chain. And so these things are going to lead to famine when they're done on a global scale. It says, and pestilences, which is diseases. It says, and earthquakes in diverse places. All right. Verse 9, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, which the elect are going to be persecuted. It says, and shall kill you. Some of us will even be killed. It says, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake, for the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. All nations are going to hate us. All right? And that's just the reality of the matter. But we have to endure unto the end. We have to stand resolute, and we have to stand stiffly, as it says in the book of Ezra, the Apocrypha books. He said, I began to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. And that's the crown lies within that. Jeremiah 49, 16 and 18. And this is why the apostles say a lot of these guys don't know what they're involved in. And I'm a person who's, further grasping what I'm involved in day by day. I'm a novice and a babe seeking redemption and understanding. All right. But I'm not, just to make that disclaimer, I'm not putting myself on any level. But I do notice, when you're humble and contrite in heart, you have a better understanding of what you're involved in. And a lot of these guys puffed up with pride, they don't get it. They can't comprehend the gravity, the severity, the actuality. Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 16, it says, thy terribleness have deceived thee, and thy pride of thine heart. So the Israelis think they're gonna Netanyahu and the Israelis. They think they're gonna win World War III. They think they're gonna bring in their new world order. The Americans, the Russians think they're gonna rule next. All right, that's the pride of their heart. It says, "O thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock," and who is that dwells in the clefts of the rock? The Edomites, which that represents being in a fortified state. That's not talking about being in the Caucasus Mountains. That's talking about being in a position of rulership and fortification. That's why when you look at the Israelis, what do they control? They control the Golan Heights, all right, which that's the ancient land of Bashan, the hill of Bashan, which that's the primary military strategic hill in that vicinity. All right, the Golan Heights, right? They are the ones who control that. All right, they control the Golan Heights, which is the hill of Bashan. All right. It says, "Thou holdest the height of the hill." They hold the height of the Golan Heights, the Edomites. All right, and this is talking about from military strategic perspective as well, like technology, have control of the financial system. It goes deeper than that. I'm just making that point. It says, "That holdest the height of the hill, though thou shouldest make thy nest as the eagle," which their nest as the eagle is them being on the top of the terrains strategically, such as the Golan Heights. But it goes deeper than that. It goes into their drone technology. It goes into their satellite technology. All right. And it goes into them being Romans as well, because the Roman signet was the eagle. Pardon me. It says, "I will bring thee down from thence," said Yahweh. The Lord's going to bring them down. All right. The Iranians already showed themselves to be able to touch the Israelis in the Golan Heights. All right. These other nations have technology to take out the satellites of the Edomite nations. And also the Lord he's going to use these nations, but ultimately when the Lord returns, he's going to bring them down from their position of rulership and power. It says, "I will bring thee down from thence, saith Yahweh." It says, "Also Edom shall be a desolation." You Edomites are going to be desolate. Your rulership is going to fall. It is written, Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. All right. That's in 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter, the 7th verse through the 9th verse. It says, "Everyone that goeth by it shall be astonished, and shall hiss at the plagues thereof." Everybody who sees America, they're going to be like, "Wow, good God, look how that place was destroyed." That's what people are going to say in the future. Verse 18, it says, "As in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah." And how was Sodom and Gomorrah destroyed? By fire and brimstone from heaven. And it's going to be in the like manner when the missiles hit America. It says, "In the neighbor cities thereof, saith Yahweh, no man shall abide there, neither shall a son of man dwell in it." Right. Nobody's going to live in America after those intercontinental ballistic missiles hit this place. After those nuclear missiles, those atomic missiles, there's going to be nuclear and atomic missiles that's going to hit this place. The arsenals of these nations are going to be completely relinquished. Every single missile that North Korea got is going to be shot. Every single missile the Russians have is going to be shot. Every single missile that the Chinese has is going to be shot. Every single missile that the Pakistanis have is going to be shot. Every single missile that the East Indians have is going to be shot. Every single missile that the French have, that the British have, are going to be shot. Every single missile that the Iranians have is going to be shot. And so with that, we're giving all praises, honor, glory, and worship to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem HaKadosh, double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to Joachim. Shalom and keep the faith.